Welcome everyone to episode 5 of Empyrion for Noobs. This is Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's a beautiful day. Gas giant up there by the sun. Today I think I'd like to talk about death and the various forms and ways you get dead in this game. Now if I look at our inventory, the only medicines I have here are a health pack, and it gives you 250 health, restores 250 health, and if you happen to get an open wound from battling the denizens of Empyrion, it will cure the open wound. The bandages, you can see here, will give you 85 health, and they will also fix an open wound, it'll fix a broken leg, it'll fix a closed fracture, it'll fix an open fracture. You may ask, where do you get medicines, or how do you make medicines? And it's done here in the food processor. You go to the cross sign up there on the upper right hand side. It says medicine. And these are all the medicines. You see right now we don't have enough to make anything, really. If you go down the line here, you can see what it takes to make these. Plant protein and herbal leaves, mushrooms. Mainly it's plant protein and herbal leaves. You see the alien tooth there for the antitoxic ointment. Your bandages take plant fibers and plant protein. These big med kits are the ones that take the most to manufacture. But they also, you can see what they're effective against. They have the most chance of curing what ails you. And all these other, the pills and stuff, do the same as these health packs, but they do less. You know, they don't have as long a list of things they cure. Same thing goes for these injections. If you had a collection of all these, you could pretty much cure anything that happens to you. Here you see alien thorn is used in some of these medicines. You can manufacture alien thorn out of nitrocellulose, which is just wood or plant fibers, and elemental pentaxid. But as you see, we have nothing. Before we head out to try and get ourselves killed, I thought we'd take a little trip to the water here, since we do have a helmet. And I'll show you the underwater world. Let's go. If you have nothing in your hand, you will float on top of the water. You can always dive down, getting the C key. And as you can see, if you're completely underwater, you start using oxygen. Now we're going to look for some of the things that are out here under the water that you can use. These are plant protein. Of course, these little blue guys are just like the ones in the radiated biome. They're pentaxid. Just go up to them and hit the F key. We're also looking for some of the ingredients for medicine. It can be hard to see all this plant protein on the ground. See if we can go to a bare spot of the floor here. The two items you'll find underwater that you can use for medicines. I don't remember their names offhand, but you'll know them when you see them. They're a white sort of growth on the bottom. Collect all this protein. Don't know if we'll ever run across any of that out here. It doesn't look like our water is really deep enough. This is a lake, after all. You do have to watch out for those teleropods underwater. Yeah, I don't think we'll run into any of that stuff out here, unless there's deeper water somewhere, but doesn't look like it gets any deeper. We'll have to find some other place. See how you sink to the bottom when you have a gun in your hand. I'm gonna say hello to Mr. the Eye of Sauron. And there's the teleropod. Let's see if I can get him to come over and say hi. Alright. Take a little walk around here, see if I can find any of the other ingredients for medicines. What you're looking for is a low-growing, like a fungus, called fire moss scrapings. It is sometimes hard to find, especially with all this grass. Mushrooms also come into play. You can find them. This is a natural stimulant. And this is vegetables. Oh, and let me come over here and introduce you to spice. Oh, right there is what I'm looking for, I think. Maybe not. It might be too far underground. Look at the mushroom. Really, the only way to find this stuff is to walk around in the proper biomes. You'll come across them. A pleasant walk in the rain. Lots of these vegetable plants. I'll pick up another one of those natural stimulants. Yeah, this particular zone, the swamp, doesn't seem to have much. There's a slimy guy over there. Yeah, this particular swamp is sort of barren. We could fly around, see if we can find a more fertile place. These brain-looking things over here are, I think they're also natural stimulants. Still haven't come across any of the fire moss scrapings. Oh, here's eggs. They don't do you much good. The fire moss scrapings look like those eggs, except they're sort of reddish in color. All these shadows here are making me nervous. Oh, here's oh, that's plant protein again. I think we're going to have to take a trip with the ship to find the real stuff that we're going to need to make medicines. We probably can make some now. Let's see what we have here. Nope, not yet. See, with the alien plasma ZR and alien plasma T6, those are the two things you find underwater. You also get them off of those assassins, or krill soldier that I killed out there in the radiated zone, which I don't want to do anymore. I want to get back into the good graces of the krill. It won't take long. It's only 500 points and I'll be in neutral again. But I'll have to kill some Xerax to do that. Let's do a quick search for some better items to help make medicine. One of the things you need are the herbal leaves. And those are... I can find the plant. This plant right here. So shiny, but those animals are no threat either. They're peaceful, peace-loving animals. Just ignore them. Some more plant here that you might run into. Grain. You'll need that when you start growing your own food. This plant here is key to making medicine. The herbal leaves. And they are plentiful in swamp biomes. The other plant we could use to make is this one right here. Let me take care of Mr. Shiny Bucket first. Did you die? This guy here. Confetti moss scrapings. I thought I saw out of the corner of my eye this stuff here. Fire moss scrapings. So you got the confetti moss scrapings, the fire moss scrapings, and the herbal leaves. Some more fire moss scrapings. Ow. I didn't want to shoot it. See if there's some more around here anywhere. They're really tough to see. This tall grass. Oh, there's one of the big... Hi, guy. It's a lizard mule. Alright. Leaping to get a better view. If I can find any more of those fire moss scrapings. Alright, we found some good stuff there. Let's take it home and see if we can make something out of it. Put all these into your fridge. And I'll put this pentaxid here. I think I'll refine some of that because some of this once it's refined can be used for making medicine as well. We put this stuff in the fridge. The other thing I'm going to add to the fridge is some wood and some of the stone, because those items, as well as being used over here, are used to make medicine. I'm going to refine this. I'll do 3, maybe I'll do just 1 now. I'll do all of this elemental pentaxid. This stuff is primarily fuel for shields and for warp tanks, and we're nowhere near doing that. So this is elemental pentaxid, which is used for manufacturing other items, including medicine. So I'll do all of those. And we will put that in there. Okay. By the way, you see here, radioactive fog has come in, and we're getting radiated there. We're still at 0.2 as far as exposure. Nothing to worry about. Let's take a look at our... see if there's drugs we can make. And yes, there is. Can't make any of these guys. We can make some of these. Let's make one of those. I don't think I'll do any radiation stuff. This one here is effective against poisonous bite and dermal parasite. Do one of those. Let's do one of those. And one of those. And we're pretty much out of materials. But it's a good start. Take these items and put them on our person. So we do have some medicine here. I can show you how it works if I go get purposely infected. I'll go in here and get my radiation turned off. Anyway, what I plan to do today, and showing you the modes of death, as it were, is I'm going to go over to this unknown artifact. And show you how to loot that particular POI and what is involved with fighting the various monsters that are there, and also dying. What's involved with dying and getting your stuff back after you die. What I'll do is, before I start my attack on that POI, I will save the game, and I'll pick it up right from where that is and do several different approaches to the POI. Just to show you your options, and to familiarize yourself with the death in Empyrion. Like all good games, death isn't permanent in this game, unless you want it to be. Do a scan here, make sure there's no drones about. There was a drone over that Promethean deposit last time we were here. Wouldn't be surprised if it got replaced. I'll turn off the F6 key, by the way, is what you use to hide elements of your user interface. If you hit it once, the text goes away. Hit it twice, your HUD goes away. Hit it 3 times, everything else goes away. I'm going to hit it once. There you go. Now, let's see if we can find this facility here. There it is. These are Talon. We don't want to mess with them because we're neutral, and we become unfriendly with them, they will launch attacks on our base. primitive as they may be. Alright, I'm going to save the game here. And I'm going to do the normal frontal attack on this POI. If you have a, you don't have an SV, if you have an HV, and you have to find your way up there, you have to land and get out. Get your weapon ready. You do need a jetpack to be able to attack this POI. Find the entrance here. Yeah, right up. You have to get right up. Let your jetpack recharge here. Gotta get yourself into that little slot there. It's very difficult. There we go. You can shoot out these gratings. Now there's your reward up there. But as soon as you get up close here... you get attacked by these guys. And you can see I am being mercilessly killed here. I'm going to let myself get hit by these, so just so you can see what you're dealing with. Hello. Are you going to attack me? That's death. I died. So what am I going to do now that I'm dead? This comes up and allows you to choose your reincarnation. My tent is back at my base. I could respawn there, but my ship is out here, so what good would that be? Clone chamber, which happens to be at a trading station, which we have not found yet, so that's not any good. Fresh start is just like permadeath. You hit this, your game's wiped out and you're starting fresh anew at the escape pod. But we're going to do current location. And yes, it's a deadly environment. And you're going to respawn without all the stuff you were carrying. You're also going to respawn with the thing that killed you is still going to be out there. So let's see what we're up against. Here's the Talon. Hi guys. And that's, see where it says backpack of scabbers. If I can get within, say, 50 meters, and you hit F5. Oh, no, I don't want anything to do with you, so I'm going to run past you. Run past you. Oh, stop it. And I died again. You can see it could be very difficult to get back to your backpack. Shall we try that again? Naturally, I could have jumped in my ship and used my machine guns to kill those guys, but I'm showing you the old school way. See if I can get within range of my backpack. Don't think I can. Oh, there we go. Hit the arrow key. Okay. You bastards! While I was busy droning, these guys came out and killed me. Yeah. I'm going to run as far away as fast as I can. Get my damn weapon out. And that's what you have to do. Now you can breathe a little bit. There's still one more of these guys out here. Hey, you. Now, all those times I got hit by those guys, I did not get any ancillary infections. If you look over the lower left-hand corner, all I did was lose health. Sometimes when you get bit by those guys, they'll give you other problems, like broken bones, open wounds, parasitic infections. What have you. In our case, it just took health away. Come on. Dork. See, it's quite difficult to get up here sometimes. That's why I don't usually attack these POIs without an SV. There we go. Now that may not be all. No, it's not. There we are, dead again, naturally. Is all this desensitizing you? Let's see if I can get my stuff. There we go. Let's grab our weapons here. Reload. take that. I think there's still one more of them up there. Gonna come down and say hi? There you are. Finally. This place is ours. We can grab our booty, and we see a 2 multi-tool, which is very nice. Got all these other items that you can make use of later, but energy is good. These have more energy in them than these, because they're bigger. Funny how that works. If you wanted to really take this out of the legacy realm, you can destroy the core. And you could take its fuel. After you do that, it becomes a public place. You can loot it of its items. Yeah, I just picked up all that junk there from the fuel tank. We look at what I picked up. These electronic components, once again, bits and bobs, but this is all stuff that's used to make other things. So it's quite valuable. Alright. So, that's how you take this particular POI the old school way, on foot, from the ground, and how you deal with the attacking monsters and getting your backpack back. What I'm going to do is I want to load that last save. I think it was this one here. I could be wrong. Nope, I am right. Now, I have an SV. How would I normally take this place? Of course, if you want to still deal with the monsters, you could run in here, you know, right up against it with your ship, hop out, make the monster spawn, hop back into your ship, and gun them down. One way to avoid dealing with monsters altogether, if you know where the core is in a POI like this, and we do, we just destroyed it in that last save game. You can see the core is right there. If you destroy the core from afar before the spawners had a chance to spawn, they will never spawn. And one of the advantages of having an SV with the guns on it is you can do that. See how the lights went out? This place is now ours for the picking, and we don't have to deal with those nasty critters. Turn my light on here. And there you go. And you see there's a different amount of stuff in here from the last one. But you can still Grab the fuel, point at it, and hit the F key. And salvage. Get the stuff from the fuel tank and the generator. Gonna blast my way out here. And I'm gonna have to get back up there the old-fashioned way. All right. And there was our first POI and our first of many deaths. Let's head on home. With our beauty. On my way home here, I want to look for some plants. This plant here, it's something I needed to be reminded about. Do a shout out to E Chaos. Reminded me that this is for noobs. If you're in need of health, the honey from these plants, the natural sweetener, if you consume it, you can see it gives you 30 health and also increases your stamina. So in a pinch, if you didn't have any of these guys or bandages, you just eat that. You point at it, hold the shift key and right click, and you consume it. You see my health went up to maximum there. Alright, continue on home. Okay, that was a fun trip. Let's put away stuff that we have here. All these bits and bobs go into the constructor input. I'll keep those medicines on me. And the fuel, except for the large fuel, take that out. I will put this jetpack boost on my armor. And I will replace this multi-tool with the T2 multi-tool. It's better. Alright. I don't think there was anything in the fridge. No. Alright. Go to our armor locker and let's add a jetpack boost. We can fly higher and further. I'm going to take my helmet off. You can see at the lower right, lower left, little helmet icon. I had it on the whole time when I was diving. You You see how I used some oxygen there. You don't really need the helmet if you're in a place that has oxygen. It also doesn't protect you any from this radiated fog. You can see the radiation levels dropping, which means this is clearing up. And speaking of oxygen, we have no oxygen to replace the oxygen that we used. And you may ask, how do you get oxygen? If you hit your tab key and look at your survival constructor, you'll see this device. Water O2 condenser. This will manufacture oxygen for you. You can also manufacture oxygen in your big constructor here from water. So you're going to need water to do it. This little thing is always good to have. It doesn't cost much, you can see. 2 iron ores. Let's see, I got plenty of iron ore there. Let's take 2 pieces of iron ore to our personal inventory. Hit your tab key. And click on that. We'll add that down to our toolbar there. This thing, you can put it pretty much anywhere. Can't put it on your base, of course, but you know, put it out there, and excuse me. Gonna have to energize. We got, I don't know. Hit it. Hit F. See, it needs energy. I fill it up with just regular biofuel. And this thing will start generating little water bottles and oxygen tanks. Small oxygen tanks. If you want to get really serious about it, we're going to need this thing here, the water generator. Go ahead and make that. That thing needs to be put down near water. And I'll take the big fuel with me. I'll refuel it with the big fuel. And I'll put that right there. I shift click, by the way, on that, and it automatically filled it all up. You could do it one by one, but shift clicking is quicker. This thing produces mass quantities of water. This produces just very little bit of water and oxygen. You can see there's 1 second. There's oxygen that it produced. We'll take it. Still 82 seconds until the first production of that. You see it have that oxygen selected, and you shift left click, you use it. And there's my oxygen on the lower left hand corner, back up to full. I could use a little nibble right now. You can see we got meat for days, and we still have all of our energy bars here. You see, they don't go bad if you leave them in here. And since this is always with you, it's a good idea to leave them there, you know. All right. Now, one of the things we have not done that I wanted to do, let's look at our level. We made it to level 8, so we have more points to play with. And we have to start thinking about growing our own food. So I will do the grow light. Our small vessel here is still doing us okay. If I wanted to, and I think I may want to, you could put one of these on top of your SV. Didn't used to be that way. They just added that in 1.0, which is nice. This is an automatic weapon. It rotates and points, and you can set it to automatically be shooting at critters while you're busy doing other things. So yeah, I think I'll unlock that. Rocket launchers. When we start attacking Xerax bases, rockets are pretty nice things to have. I like these, the homing rockets, against drones, because you only have to lock on once, fire, and the rockets track to their target, so you never miss, really. They're good to have for that. We could upgrade thrusters. We could also extend our CPU, which we may have to do if you put higher grade thrusters on and you put that other gun on. You may have to upgrade the CPU to keep your ship within the CPU tolerances. Oh, definitely want the landing gear, because we're still missing one piece of landing gear. We definitely want some Wi-Fi. It's already unlocked, that's good. Unlock the elevators. We can unlock the drill, and we should make the drill. Weapons, we're in pretty good shape. Maybe we'll unlock the sniper rifle. It's a nice weapon. Now, let's make our drill. And we need to make some charges for the drill from our promethium here. Here's drill charges. I'm going to make 50 of them. So used up some of our promethium there. And where is the... Oh, the multi-charge. It's not listed there because we actually haven't physically unlocked it. That can be a bit of a pain, you see. Gotta use some points to physically unlock it. Don't really need to unlock this. It's at level 12 anyway. We picked one up. So we're good to go on there. Now if I go here and look for multi-charges, I'll make 30 of them. And I will carry them with me. And let's grab the drill tool. I'll put that up there. We don't have to have that right on our person. I will get rid of the survival tool. It serves no purpose now that I have the multi-tool and the drill. And I want to make the Wi-Fi. We've been putting it off here. We need one for the ship and one for the base. Now, if I go out here and put this down, I think I want to put some blocks down too. Let's cover these up. And now if I put one on the ship as well, let's see where it's a good place for this. Any empty holes here? What is this back here? A little red light. And that is just a carbon block. So I will stick it right there. Now with the Wi-Fi connection, I can go, let's see how, if you look at the lower left, there's that little Wi-Fi symbol. It says 2 on it. I'll go out here until that 2 goes away, turns to 1. Right there. Let me creep back towards the base. Till the 2 comes back up. There. Now, with that listed like that, you hit the F4 key. You can see we can access our constructors, containers and everything from this distance. You could even, if you wanted to manufacture stuff, that you have connection to the constructor as well as the containers. That's what the Wi-Fi does. You can have a lot of fun with it. You could, for example, hit the N key like we did for putting down the solar panels and go way out there to the extent of the range. Put another Wi-Fi down to the ground before you go out of range. And then you can go further out till you're almost out of Wi-Fi range. Put another Wi-Fi block down. With the N key attached to base, you can sort of extend your base's reach way out there. It's really just easier to build another base, but it's neither here nor there. But I think that was a good bit of fun. We enjoyed dying over and over again. I think the next episode we will continue our trek around the planet here and just see what's available for us to have fun with. But that's for tomorrow. As always, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.